daily trip. She later shared that she was afraid her husband might come back. Throughout the call, the caller's mother could be heard in the background, screaming, "Get him deported! He hits you with a bat! Tell her the truth! Tell them what he does!" The callers and the counselor's communication kept on getting interrupted by the mother and the daughter's arguments. The abusive husband was not only hurting the caller emotionally and physically, but it was also putting a strain on the relationship between the daughter and the mother. An abusive person doesn't just hurt one person, but everyone around them, everyone in that home. And despite having the support of her own mother, the caller was having difficulty dealing with her abusive husband. A second caller had called regarding her sexually, emotionally, and physically abusive husband. The abuse had left the caller with mental and emotional stress. She shared that the man had taken advantage of her in her rebellious years, where together they had 3 children outside of marriage. The caller expressed that she felt depressed. As a result, the hospital concluded that she could not take care of her children any longer, and all 3 of her children were taken away from her and placed in foster care. The caller also mentioned that her troubles had started when she had been taken to visit a palmist to read her palm. The palmist was hand reading and did her reading. But she did not approve of it. She believed that the palmist had done some black magic on her. The caller had tried Rukia, but to no avail. The sister also had difficulty praying regularly and expressed that she greatly missed her mother, who would often remind her of Allah and would stand by her during her difficult and challenging times. Another caller had expressed that within her second year of college, once called expressing her guilt over not being religious enough and feeling like she was far from Allah. She expressed that she had a negative experience with Islam during her middle school years in an Islamic school. In her school, Islam was presented to her in a negative light and made her fear Islam instead of love Islam. She was made to feel not worthy of being a Muslim. At a very young age, Islam was introduced to her as a harsh and hateful religion. She did not mention this to her parents, but over time they took notice and pulled her out of the Islamic school. She enjoyed her new school. However, she was still far from religion. Currently, she tries to pray regularly, but often finds it difficult. She also believes that maybe these are the doings of an evil eye. This caller's story is a great example of how our experience in our childhood or past doesn't always stay in the past. They have a tendency of manifesting themselves into the future. I've been working with Nisa Helpline for a very long time, when I first started as the Women's Resource Center. And I take great pride in being invited by Al-Qaeda. It is a great privilege to be serving this service and providing this service to our community. But what I've learned over the years is that the need is very strong. Our community, our sisters, our women need support from all walks of life. Our youngest caller to date has been 8 years old. And it goes up, whether they're in high school, whether they're in university, college, married, or even mothers and grandmothers. All of them need support. I'll never forget my first call that I took. It was a woman who had called us from the Jamiat in Toronto. She had been there with her young daughter, who was less than 2 years old. And she had stayed at the Jamiat for 3 days without food, without shelter. She stayed there to sleep with her young daughter until she saw a business-sized card of the Nisa Helpline number. She called us, and because I was the one that was able to take her call. So we asked her, why are you there? What brings you there? What situation? Tell us what's going on. And she shared with us that her husband had decided to divorce her and threw her and her daughter out of the house. Why? Because she didn't want to have an abortion. She was pregnant again. She was pregnant and stayed for 3 days in the Jali Masjid right here in Toronto with no food, with no support. And the only way that she could have reached out was when she saw our number. We have a lot of cases like this where women don't want to reach out for support. They don't want to expose themselves. And we don't want to expose them either. We value their confidentiality, and we value that they've made the choice to reach out for a helpline. So we ask you for your support. Don't let the phone go unanswered. We don't want, it pains us when there's a ring and no one can pick it up. We need more counselors to be able to take those calls. And the calls are only increasing. Last but not least, I would like to share a story of hope. Of how an organization like Nisa Helpline can bring out real and tangible things. Change. A caller called informing the counselor how her previous advice from the helpline she had left her abusive family and now lived at Nisa Homes. She was concerned that there was a missing persons report that might be issued for her and someone might be in the area that might recognize her, but she felt safe in her new home. However, at the same time, she felt unsafe and anxious because someone might recognize her. So we do support women. There are change. We are the frontliners to a lot of the cases that we see. Nisa Helpline is often the first step that our sisters take. I also want you to understand that Nisa Helpline is not just a telephone, a resource for abusive situations. We're also a resource for the youth in the college and high schools and the universities. They can call us, as well as innocents. They can call us to ask whatever questions they have. Sometimes they're sensitive, intimate questions. They don't know where to go to have the answers. They call Nisa Helpline. Nisa Helpline serves as a resource for our youth, and it serves as a support for the women that need us. So please, let not this effort tonight go in vain. You are all invited, just as I am today, to make a difference, a lasting difference. Build a legacy with us tonight to make sure that we, and the work that we do,